Okay, so let's go to the store. So I'll just touch on the shopping cart icon in the left-hand side vertical menu. That'll take us to the store. Store always defaults to topics. And right here we see there's a featured ribbon at the top here. So if I scroll the featured ribbon, you see different topics that we, the Mosaiscope team, have decided to put into the featured section. In popular, these are some of the most popular topics that our subscribers are subscribing to in Mosaiscope. And the third section is the all section. And this has every single topic that we have here in Mosaiscope currently that you can subscribe to. And since there are so many, we have included a search. So I'll search for, let's say, world news. I'll search for that, and there we go. We've got a topic of world news. And I'll search for something else. I'll try jazz. And let's search for that. And there we go. We've got our jazz topic. You see this looks identical if you go over to sources. Only different is instead of searching for general topics, you're looking for specific sources. So same thing here. We've got this top featured ribbon with some sources that we have featured here. Popular, same thing as topics. These are very popular sources that people are subscribing to here in Mosaiscope. And then the all section with thousands and thousands and thousands of sources to choose from. Same experience here. We've got the search built in because going through thousands of sources, although if you want to browse, this can be definitely nice, but a lot of times you just want to get to what you're looking for. So I'll look for Wired. I'll search for that, and there we go. We've got all these different Wired feeds, from the direct Wired feed itself to Wired Business, Wired Design, Wired Gear, all the different type of feeds that Wired has. And I'll search for something else here, maybe the BBC. We'll do a search for that. And here you go. You can see all the different BBC news feeds, from BBC News Africa to BBC News Health, BBC News Home, all kinds of different BBC feeds that we have featured right here in our store. And to add anything, so like a source here, I can add, let's say maybe from, let's see here in popular, I will choose, let's say, maybe Lifehacker. So I can either touch on the image itself, it'll take me to the Lifehacker feed. I can see up in the upper right hand corner a plus button, so if I peruse the feed and I say, yep, I want to subscribe to this, I can just touch on the plus button. It brings up our ad screen where I can change the name. I can add a tag to it, so I can tag it. We've even got some suggested tags below as well, and then I can add it. I'll cancel out of this one, and I'll go back. Or I could have, with the Lifehacker, the same example here with Lifehacker, I could have just touched on the plus button in the upper right hand corner and ended up in that same screen if I knew right away I didn't need to see the feed. Cancel out of that. And same thing below here in the all, so I'll search for Lifehacker, and there it is, and I can touch on it, look at the feed, and same thing I can add with the plus button in the upper right hand corner, and it works exactly the same for topics. Like if I was in topics, I could go here and let's say maybe design. So I can either look at the topic first, decide if I want to add it, touch the plus button in the upper right hand corner, and it'll immediately, as we saw here, add that feed. And if we go back, I could have done the exact same thing. Let me scroll over to design again, touched in the upper right hand corner of design where the plus button is, and just added it directly from there as well. This is the same if you use the iOS app or if you use our web app through any web browser. You can also have full access to all of the store content. If I were to touch the search icon in the left side vertical menu, and I'll do this from the home feed, so you can see here's my home feed, and I can get to search at any time by touching the search icon in the left side menu. And let's look for Lifehacker again, and there we go. We see topics that include Lifehacker in them, including one called Life Hacks. And then we see a source down here at the bottom under the sources header where Lifehacker is. And again, I can just touch, go straight through to Lifehacker, and you can add it there as well. And lastly, if you don't see what you want in the store, of course, you can always just paste that URL into the green search box here right at the top, and we'll add that feed directly so you can follow.